Hey guys, so we're well into the new year. We're already almost about our halfway point in January, and I know a lot of us are starting to lose sight of our resolutions and things that we set our minds to for this year that we're in now. I've been reading a lot on social media about people, cutting people off and keeping their peace, and people who are, stop apologizing for living like who they're meant to be. And you don't have to apologize for living unapologetically. So many of us walk on eggshells because we're afraid to hear other people's opinions, or we don't like when others project their insecurities on us and feel like they're judging the way we are living. And it's so easy right now in 2019 for people to easily judge others and the way they live their lives, because everything is literally at our fingerprints. We press a button and we upload a picture. We can share our opinion on the other people's pictures. We can just say, this is how I feel, and it's just on the World Wide Web for millions and millions of people to see. So we expose ourselves as, the more we engage with social media, and we have to kind of put a disclaimer on ourselves, like when you post certain things, you have to make sure you have tough skin, because you can post something where you are and somebody can say something that's negative, and it doesn't mean anything about you, but that means a lot about them. So today I just want to talk about, stop apologizing and just live your life. A lot of people feel like they had to cut people off for the new year, and that's fine. That's healthy. We got to do what we got to do to maintain healthy relationships. And if those people are going to do you more harm than good, or they're going to devalue you instead of lift you up, you need to remove yourself from those type of people. I know a lot of times, we're in friendships for many years and we feel like we need to keep those people around, and we just get accustomed to their company, and even if it's a bad or negative or a toxic relationship, we feel like, oh, this is just something I'm used to, so this is just what it is. But remember your resolution. Cut negative people off, cut toxic people off. We need it for our mental health, our sanity. Consider yourself. There's not going to be a lot of people who agree with everything that you're doing in your life. I mean, hell, we don't agree with everything that other people do in their lives, but that's not for us to forcefully change another person or their views. Everybody doesn't always have our best interest in mind. Some people just want to be nosy so they have something to talk about, or to keep themselves entertained. But I'm speaking to myself. There's a lot of things in my life that I feel like, I don't want to share that part. But then at the same time, it's like, it's who I am, and I shouldn't feel ashamed that I have to hold back something of who I am. And I've been told, you're so extra, Steph, you need to tone it down, you're a little loud, a little bit rambunctious, a little bit hyper, a little bit this. And I've had to force myself to tone down sometimes to make people feel comfortable. But at the end of the day, that's not who I am. I'm not a quiet introvert. I'm loud, I'm rambunctious, I'm respectful. I'm a social butterfly. I love talking to people. I like to make people laugh. I like to make people smile. And if people take my colorful personality as loud, or it makes them feel uncomfortable, I try to tone it down, but that made me feel uncomfortable. So why should I sacrifice my comfort for someone else who can't accept me for the way that I am? Sometimes it's not even just about our behavior. Sometimes it's because of the way we look. Sometimes we feel like we can't just be our authentic selves because other people are going to judge us, from our hair to our style to our what we wear, our tattoos, our hair color. I had a friend who told me that a good friend of hers was judging her because of her red hair color. It wasn't just like a auburn red, it was like almost like a poison ivy red. It looked good on her, and she was told it was like whorish or not professional or what have you. And I was just like, what do you mean that your hair doesn't determine your professionalism, But again, it made her feel some kind of way because she's like, is that how people are gonna see me? And I said absolutely not. But it was just so sad to see that somebody, was telling her that. Again, it's their opinion, but she projected, that girl who told her that projected her uncomfortability and projected it on my friend, who then became uncomfortable and felt like, oh, I need to change because XYZ. Some people don't have your best interest in mind. Some people just want to make you change to make themselves feel more comfortable. That's even something I've struggled with for years about my hair, for example. Oh, my natural hair grows out my head a certain way, but it's not seen as professional. I'm at a point in my life now where I'm like, my hair is my hair, and I could wear it however I want, and it's not going to dictate my work. It's not going to dictate my professionalism, and I feel like if we all come to an understanding that that's how it is and that's how it should be, I think the world will be a better place. It's a little bit far-fetched to think that's how everybody's going to think, but it's always something to be hopeful towards. I'm not going to change who I am to make others feel comfortable. Now, if what I was doing was harming someone, or what you were doing was harming someone, and you're like, well, this is who I am, that's a different story. But if you're in the cut, you're doing what you have to do, and you're living your life the way you see fit, and others are going to say something. People are going to say something regardless. I'll share something personal. When I was with my husband, we got married in 2010. We were in a difficult situation since 2006, but we got married in 2010, and then I had before a lot of people saying, oh, well, you guys should get married, like people in the church, because we had already a child and we had another one. It's like, oh, you guys need to get married. And it's like, no, that's not exactly what we want to do. And then we got married, and then we had other people saying, oh my God, why did you guys get married like that? Oh my God, that wasn't good. And then, we were living our lives, and then things were going on in our marriage and things like that. And then it was kind of like, oh, you have to stay together because that's what marriage is. And then you had other people saying, no, you have to be separated. Like, that's not good. Leave them. And then when we ended up separating, we had people talking smack. Oh, it's great that you guys are separated. Oh, that's so bad you're separated. We got back together. Again, people had their opinions. Oh my God, you guys are back together. Why? That's not good. That's toxic. And then you had other people saying, oh my God, that's so good, And then even still, we're happy. We're doing what we need to do for our family. And we still have people saying, oh, well, why are you guys living your life like that? Why don't you do this? How come this is like this? And it's like, why are you feel so obligated to tell me how you feel I should be my life with my husband? And why does it really matter to you? We're happy and we're fine, and that's just to say people want you to adjust based on their comfort level, even if it has nothing to do with them. It has absolutely nothing to do with them. And I think that's just something we need to work on as a society. And live unapologetically. Do what you feel you need to do in your life to better yourself, cut those negative people off, cut those toxic, people out. You don't have time for it. This is Stephanie, and that was my piece of my mind.